Hello fish people, quite an exciting day. Today is the first episode for Species Sunday. Quite excited to do this with you. It was kind of hard picking a good fish to feature on the first episode. I wanted it to be a kind of special fish, so I picked Brachyraphis Roseni. A gorgeous little live bearer, probably one of the nicest live bearers that I've seen, other than all the fancy guppies and things that you can find in the hobby. So yeah, Brachyraphis Roseni, Cuesta, first generation from wild, the trio featured in this video, from which I got from my good friend Dave O'Hare. There's a link in the description to his channel, go and check him out. So yeah, let's take a look at that, why don't we?
I'm all about that boom.
And welcome back to the first episode of Species Sunday. Quite excited for this one. Shout out to my friend Dom who suggested it. Yeah, so Species Sunday. What have we got for you? Well, we've got a very nice live bearer, Brachyraphis Roseni. These ones in particular, their collection location was Cuesta, Laurel. And it's said that these live bearers can kick out quite an attitude. I've not had such attitude from these fish. They are quite vicious towards each other, but I've not found them to be vicious towards other fish. So a bit of information regarding these fish. Sexes are very easy to tell apart. Obviously they're a live bearer, so males have got the gonopodium and females don't. Also, well, it's quite difficult really regarding colour. As you know, with most live bearers, the males are more colourful, whereas the females are quite drab. But actually, with these, it's pretty much identical between the two sexes. There's not a great deal of difference to look at. Now, the male does seem to have a more prominent orange dorsal fin than the females. But that could just be that he's trying to impress his females. But yeah, these fish are endemic to Costa Rica, and I'm just trying to remember who they were first found by. Oh yeah, got it. The species, I'm reading from an article now for this one. The species was first described in 1988 by William A. Bussing. Excuse me. It had been previously discovered to that in the 1960s, but it wasn't actually physically described by scientists until 1988. A common name that's commonly found regarding these fish is the cardinal brachy, and as I stated at the beginning of the video, the Latin name is Brachyraphis Roseni. There's a few different species in the Brachyraphis. Brachyraphis Roseni and Brachyraphis radiifera being the two most common. But that being said, when I say most common, they're not actually that common. I got these from a friend of mine, Dave O'Hare, who is also a live bearer enthusiast and Central American cichlid enthusiast. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in the description below. Go and check his channel out. Some very nice fish on there. So yeah, that's where I got this trio from, was from him. His adults were wild, so I've got the first generation from wild trio. Now, they're very easy to care for species. Again, they like the water generally cooler, so they're in the back part of the fish room. where the temperature is 25 to 26 degrees. Now, unlike, for instance, Limia melanogaster, where they like the water hard and alkaline, these actually like it a little bit softer. So these prefer the water to be around 7 to 7.5 on the pH. And they like it not soft but not hard, they like it in the middle. So my pH is 7.4 in this tank, and the water hardness is bang in the middle with a TDS reading of around 120 ppm, something like that. So they're very easy to keep. All you need is basically a minimal. So these are in a 12-inch cube tank with a dual small sponge filter across the back and a nice mound of Java moss. Now the Java moss is there because obviously my plans is to breed this species, which is proving quite bloody difficult. I can get both females, because this is a trio, 1 male and 2 females. Both females get bursting at the seam with young, but, and it is a but, they are hugely predatory to their offspring. Any resulting offspring in the tank they will hunt down and they will fucking eat them, which is a complete nightmare because I always friggin' miss the females, don't I? I can't put them in a bloody breeding box because a female jumps out, and at £30 a pair, they're not the cheapest of fish, so the last thing you want is them jumping out. And as I said, they're not overly common, so they're not, it's not like you can just run to your local pet shop and buy another pair, it just won't happen. So, breeding box, out the question. Live plants at the moment, out the question, which goes for spawning mops as well. So that leads me to think of something else. I've come up with an idea that involves putting an arched mesh bottom in to allow the fry to drop through, but obviously the parents can't fit through that. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. So I'm going to implement that plan and see what the hell happens. So a bit more information regarding these fish. Sexing. As I said, sexing's quite easy really. The male fish has got kind of like a blue pearlescent to the flanks, depending on where the light hits him. And females show a yellowy orangey pattern with black spotting in the dorsal fin. Females are also thicker and stronger built compared to the male, which you can easily see in the video. And obviously I talked about the gonopodium, only the males exhibit the modified anal fin whereas females don't. What else can be said? Not a great deal really, I think I've covered everything that I need to. So yeah, that's it guys. That is episode number 1. I'm Danny, and stay tuned for next week's episode, which I'm sure will be another good one featuring some very nice fish. So as always, stay sexy. I'll see you in another video soon. Ta-ra!